Welcome to New York City Visions. I'm your host and fellow New Yorker, Herb Malsman. And right now we're located in one of my favorite places on the planet. We're in Central Park. We're at the band shell, the Nonnberg, I believe Nonnberg band shell. We're in the park. Our recording date today is June 23rd, 2012. We're here for Adventures NYC in Central Park. It's run by New York City Parks and Recreation. And before moving along, if you folks listen to these programs on YouTube, go to Herb Malsman, no H Malsman, or into Herb Malsman channel. You'll find a piece I did a couple of weeks ago, June 6th, 2012 at the Arsenal. And within the piece with lead emeritus, we were talking about fresh foods and vegetables and that sort of thing, and that kind of thing. In the middle of all that, I did an interview with Parks Commissioner Adrian Benepe, who's with Parks for 37 years now. He started really basically on the ground, almost literally, and became Parks Commissioner after 37 years. He's been there for the past 10 years. He is leaving. He is leaving Parks soon. He's going to be replaced, and I don't have the name offhand, the lady that's taking over, but he's going to be gone from there. Anyway, we're here for again, Adventures NYC. We're kind of moving along. We're going to meet with somebody from the press department for Parks in a little while, but right now I'm kind of floating around on this episode, on this segment of New York City Visions here, just kind of looking around at some of the things that are going to be happening here today. Again, it's about right around noon right now. This is going to be happening from noon to 4, and we're at a place right now called, let me see if I can find it right now, Catch and Release Fishing. Catch and Release Fishing. And there's a pool over here, and I'm going to try to get somebody here to speak. Sir, can we speak for a moment? First of all, is that a duck in the middle of all this?
It's a wooden duck.
A wood duck. Okay.
A wood duck, yes.
A wood duck.
Decoy.
Decoy. What's happening here today?
We're going to be fishing, catch and release.
Okay.
And family, children come out and come fish.
Where
See you later.
Where are the fish now?
They're right there.
The fish are in there. What kind of fish?
Catfish.
Catfish are in there?
Very nice.
Okay, I don't see any. How many catfish are in there?
There's got to be at least 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, holy
They're all
cow.
on the other side.
On the other side.
The school. They're taking class.
Okay, there
class
you go.
gets out at noon.
At noon. My daughter took me fishing one time.
Oh, yeah?
Of all things. We're at Juniata, Pennsylvania, Juniata River. And we went there, we were sitting on the river, and we just had the drop lines. And what she did is she took some kernels of corn, yellow corn, raw, not cooked or anything,
right?
And put one on the hook,
right?
And that trout, a small one, actually came leaping out of the water to get this
wow.
kernel of corn. Have you ever heard of that?
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Sure.
You've seen the kernels of corn catch?
I've seen fish jump out of the water.
But after kernels of corn?
I've never seen a corn, no.
It was amazing.
It was hot dogs we used.
Hot dogs?
Yeah, Nathan's hot dogs. She
caught a couple of them, she released them, we put them back in, but she was actually catching these fish.
Unbelievable. It was exciting, right?
Oh, yeah, it was great. Usually it's the father taking the child, but the child took me.
Isn't that nice?
So, okay.
It's a sharing.
There you go. What is your name?
I'm Peter.
And
your name?
My name is Herb Malsman.
Hey, Herb, how you doing?
How you doing?
Is that a Coney Island shirt?
That's a Coney Island.
Oh, steeplechase.
Coney Island forever.
That's great.
Steeplechase. Yeah, I'm a Brooklyn guy.
Where in Brooklyn?
I grew up on Kings Highway, Ocean Parkway.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Rugby Road.
Rugby Road, there you go, so Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what are you doing in Manhattan? They allow you to travel freely?
Volunteering on helping the people to fish.
Right.
Catch and release.
And you're with Parks and Recreation?
Yes, I am.
What do you do normally during the week with Parks?
I work in a rec center for seniors.
Wow, I was the first media liaison guy for Recreation. In 1985, 86, 87, I was here first as a volunteer, then a seasonal, and then Jim Dove, Myrna Romney was Recreation Commissioner, put me to work. They created media liaison in the office, and I was
Manhattan?
the first guy. Yeah, at Arsenal.
Very nice.
Yes, I was there. So do I precede you? I was here in the 80s, mid-80s.
Look how we advanced. So you were the founding
First
father
media liaison.
getting out there and showing us the way.
There you go.
Herb, that's fantastic.
Okay. Again.
So come by at 12 o'clock and come fish.
Yeah.
And bring your daughter by.
No, she's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, but I'll see if I can find some corn.
Excellent. We got the bait here. We're all ready to go.
You got it. Again, your name is?
I'm Peter.
Peter, Herb.
Herb, nice to meet you.
Good talking to you. Sorry about the left hand.
It's okay.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Herb.
Okay, moving along. Again, you are listening to New York City Visions. I'm your host and fellow New Yorker, Herb Malsman. So they got a little bit of the history of me with Parks and Recreation. Basically, as we're walking along looking for other interviews, basically to fit you guys in, during the 80s, I had a radio program on WMCA in New York City, Visions it was called, and it aired Sunday nights, midnight to 1 a.m., and at the same time, I started doing some volunteer work for Parks and Recreation, so I wound up with Parks and Recreation and the program. So that's a little bit of my background. Okay, let's kind of move along. East Coast Greenway, connecting cities. East Coast Greenway, connecting cities. What's going on here, sir? Who are you?
Dennis Marcato Soriano. We are building the urban sister to the Appalachian Trail. A trail that's 2,900 miles long, and it's for cycling, walking, any non-motorized use.
Okay, how did this come about? What was the beginning of this?
20 years ago, trail advocates from DC, New York, and Boston thought, we're doing great things locally, why don't we connect them? So they decided to do that from DC to Boston. And then they said, why don't we do the whole Eastern Seaboard? So that's what they're doing. And that's what we're doing. We have 16,000 supporters involved. We've got a few staff, and we're building this trail. 800 miles are greenway, beautiful, like the Hudson River Greenway, and the rest of our 2,100 miles are on road. And it's the safest roads we could find to connect those greenways.
All right. Okay, so I'm looking from Maine. It comes through Maine, right down the East Coast through the Keys, the Florida Keys.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ride. If you're feeling like it's too hot, you can go up to Maine. If you're feeling like it's a little cold, you can go ride down in Florida.
And this any season, it seems to be the perfect season is the change of the leaves and the foliage and all that.
Yeah, if you ride fast enough, you get the foliage the whole ride down. You know?
What's the best season to go? What do you think is the best season to do this?
Every season's the best season on East Coast Greenway. You just have to choose which part of the Greenway you want to enjoy.
Great. Okay. Give us an ad, a phone number, a website, whatever.
You can find all the info on the East Coast Greenway at greenway.org.
Greenway.org. Okay. Again, your name is?
Dennis Marcato Soriano, Executive Director of the East Coast Greenway.
Oh, I got the big cheese. All right.
There's a lot of delicious cheese over here, too.
Oh, okay, I'll check that out. Thank you very much, Dennis.
Thank you.
Okay. And what you selling here? What you got today?
We've got some t-shirts, we've got some jerseys, some hats, and we're giving away, we have a free raffle for a new bike.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We're going to turn this into a couple of segments, of course. We got a little Vermont maple going over here, and let's see what we got. I'm staying away from basically anything commercial, folks. I hope you don't mind. We're just kind of moving along. We're kind of heading. I can't tell if we're heading west or not. I'm not absolutely certain. But anyway, let's move along. Let's see what we have going here. I'm going to pause and then I'll be right back with you. We are back and we're in front of another booth, and it kind of looks like it's a cycling thing. And I was just over at the Greenway. Your name is?
I'm Andre Sanders. I'm
Okay.
with Trips for Kids.
Okay, Trips for Kids?
Yes.
Okay, describe that. And is that anything like the Greenway?
No, the Trips for Kids is we take urban youth mountain biking. Our mission is to teach kids to overcome obstacles on the trail and in life. And so what we do is we have obstacles where we take the kids out in the woods and take them mountain biking and the parallels between life and mountain biking.
Okay, so talk about the history a little bit and how this came about. That's the history, isn't it?
Well, in 1987, a woman named Marilyn Price started doing this in Marin County, and in 2000 she went national. And so we started opening up chapters around the country and internationally. So we now are 100 chapters wide in international. We're in Canada, America, Israel, and I believe we're opening one in Australia as well.
Okay. Are there favorite routes?
Well, Trips for Kids is based out of Cunningham Park in Queens. There's a 6.5-mile trail that I run projects out of.
You're a cyclist. You're a pro, I guess, kind of.
Yes, kind of.
And you're kind of the guide. They go out with a guide, and it's sort of like a little what's happening, the scenery and all that. So.
Yes, we're 100% volunteer based, and what I do is I call up other passionate mountain bikers, and we all get together. And the ride lasts about 3 hours. We do some drills where we teach them how to position themselves on the bikes. And then we take them to the trails, and as we're riding, we teach the history of Long Island, of the Vanderbilt Motor Parkway. We cover nutritional issues of like refined sugar versus natural sugars, and then we talk about the ecology of the land, and then we talk about, and then we set these goals for them to ride with. And by the time that they're finished riding, they're able to ride mountain bikes very well, and they can do the trail that in 15 minutes where they first started off, it took them an hour.
Great. I see some bikes over here. You're going to be taking some kids out today,
We have an obstacle course set up here, and that the kids can come and they can ride on it, yes.
Okay, there's a rock climbing going on over here. So, okay, is there a website? I'm sure there is.
There is. There is. We're at www.tfkmetrony.org.
Okay, TFK Metro, M-E-T-R-O.
NY.org.
Okay, so
TFK, Trips for Kids.
TFK
Metro, NY.org.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day. Happy riding. Okay. Yeah, let's get this gentleman over here.
Organizations as well.
Okay. Oh, that was so you.
We're all sharing a table.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Next org.
It's the Vermont Mountain Bike Association.
Say again.
The Vermont Mountain Bike Association.
And what's happening with the Vermont? Explain that, a little history and what's happening.
Sure. We've been around since the mid-90s in Vermont, and there are currently 18 active chapters throughout the state. Each serves as the trail stewards for single-track trail throughout Vermont. And currently there are over 750 miles of single-track awesome trails in Vermont.
Okay, so, and how long is the organization? Did you ever say it?
Yep, yeah, it's been through the mid-90s, and VMBA, Vermont Mountain Bike Association, serves as the political statewide voice for all mountain biking activity in the state of Vermont.
Okay, give us a website.
www.vmba.org, VMBA.org.
VMBA, VMBA.org.
Correct, Vermont Mountain Bike Association.org.
Okay,
yep.
And there's another group here?
The New York City Mountain Biking Group is also here, yes.
Okay, but they're not here, right?
Their spokesperson's currently not here, no.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
have a good day. Thank you. Okay, we're moving along, and we are moving along. There you go. I occasionally have a problem. I use this Sony little MP3 player, and sometimes in the sun I can't really tell when I go on pause if it's out of pause. I get an awful lot of trouble thinking I'm out of pause and we're speaking, then we have to do it all over again. But I am out of pause, and we're moving along just well. So nice little piece of equipment, this Sony MP3. Took me time to graduate from tapes, but here I am all caught up in today's brave new world of recording. Okay, we're moving along. Let's see what we have over here. Let's pause. Okay, we're back, and just before I move on, it's about wall climbing. I'm standing next to a lady who, when I got into the park at 72nd Street, had to find the band shell, so we were all looking for the band shell. So instead of saying to each one individually, we all gathered around to hear the instructions and information. So we found it, huh?
Yeah, right.
Was it hard?
Yes.
Did you
with your microphone?
Did you make a left or a right when you got to the light?
Oh, I don't remember. I was following the man in the wheelchair.
In the wheelchair,
yeah, right.
And then I lost track of him.
Oh, yeah.
So I was on my own from there. Well, glad we made it.
Okay,
it was worth the trip.
Okay.
Okay. We're at a wall climbing kind of deal. UBC Pro Tour. What is your name and what's going on?
My name is Tom Morton, and I work for the Unified Bouldering Championships Pro Tour. We are the official U.S. Pro Climbing Tour here in the U.S. So what we do is we travel the country. We put on competitions for professional athletes to do their thing. Today we don't have a competition, but what we have here are just some walls. We're going to encourage people to climb and try to, open them up to the sport. So because it's amazing, it does a lot of good things for confidence, for your strength, physical fitness, and so we just want people to learn about climbing and get out there and try it.
I was watching, I guess half the world was watching Nick Walenda last week make his way across Niagara Falls.
Yes.
The walk he took across Niagara. It seemed easier. They were making out. It looked like he was having fun. But they were talking about the great daredevils, the mega stunts of all time. And the guy that climbed up the wall in Dubai, there was a guy that climbed a building. These building climbers.
Oh, yes.
But we did it without the suction cups and all that.
Right.
How could that be? And clambering up sheer cliffs also would not.
Yeah. So that's the level of athlete that this sport can have. They do absolutely amazing things. The gentleman that you were just speaking of, that's even a subset of climbing called Bouldering, or that's what a lot of people like to call it. And yeah, they climb buildings, and it's absolutely amazing. You'll when you're out on the cliffs, you could look at this. The average person will look and be like, I don't see anything I can hold on to. Not a thing.
The guy was sheer. There's nothing there.
Right, absolutely. But these professionals, these guys do it for a living. They know. They have the strength in their fingertips and their forearms. They have all the right angles to move their body and hold the right weight in a certain way. They do absolutely amazing things. We have a couple professional athletes here today. We have Cedar Wright and we have Matt Siegel here, both from the North Face. And they're going to be putting on some clinics, maybe showing some people some of those tricks on how to do that kind of stuff.
Is it more fun when you don't have a safety harness?
Well, it's a totally different kind of climbing. What we actually don't use harnesses for us because we're bouldering, and that's a little subset of climbing in general, where you climb maybe a 25-foot high boulder problem, and you're unroped. So what we do is we set up little safety pads or crash pads underneath, and that's our style of climbing. But there is styles of climbing like sport, for example, where you do wear a harness and you are roped in, and you're actually roped into safety pieces that are on the wall.
I asked that because I guess you saw the Nick Walenda walk. ABC, I guess, insisted on him wearing a harness. So he had something he's trailing behind him as he moved along. When you're looking at the mega stunt people, don't they look at that and say, no, that doesn't count? Because
those mega stunt people, they're a different breed altogether. They are, they are motivated for entirely adrenaline reasons and pushing the sport to a new level.
But Nick Walenda, that wasn't a mega stunt.
Right.
It was a stunt because he had the harness. And I understand about if he falls, what occurs. But it's really not a mega stunt. When you know you're safe, you may be a little more, you may be a little more comfortable in your walk than if you didn't have the harness.
Hey, you'd be surprised. Wearing a harness, you still don't want to fall, even though you know it's safe. The basic human instinct is, I need to be safe. I need to take care of myself. So.
I know it's embarrassing, but still it's not. I spent some time with Evel Knievel back in the 70s, and we were talking about Snake River. And what happened, he said, well, basically I pooped my pants. He pulled the thing too quickly. He kind of panicked. We got a little drunk and he told us that. So it was a mega stunt, but it's, I don't know, when you have the harness, there's something, I don't know, I wouldn't do it either way. But.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I probably wouldn't do it either way.
Okay, give us a website and any other information you want to.
Yeah, so again, we are the Unified Bouldering Championships, and you can follow us on ubcprotour.com. We're also at Unified Bouldering Championships on Facebook.
Okay, so
ubcprotour.com.
Okay, and the other is
Unified Bouldering Championships, and that's at Facebook.
Unified Bouldering Championships.
Correct.
Okay, and
all right.
your name again is?
Tom.
So you kind of consider it's semi-mega stunt, Nick Walenda. Let's give him semi-mega.
Semi-mega.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we're moving along, and we're gonna shut down in a few minutes, and then we'll come back and do a second piece here. Let me see what we have over here. I see Brooklyn boulders. so I'm going to come up. We're going to talk Brooklyn Boulders for a moment. Again, you are listening to New York City Divisions. I'm your host and fellow New Yorker and Brooklynite. We're going to try to meet with these folks from Brooklyn Boulders in just a moment. Let's pause. I'm sorry. Okay, we're back with bouldering. Bouldering again?
Yes,
is this lady a boulderer?
Yes, she's actually more in charge of things than I am. I'm just a volunteer.
Okay, hi. Let me get your name.
Oh, I'm Ephraim.
Ephraim. Okay, and your name is?
I'm Chandra. I'm the outreach coordinator at Brooklyn Boulders.
Okay, great. I was just speaking to somebody about bouldering, but I'm a Brooklyn guy, so I want to do Brooklyn. Well, and I see, talk about Brooklyn Boulders, and do you really climb the Brooklyn Bridge?
We have a replica inside our building of the Brooklyn Bridge, and people can use a rope to climb up it.
You have a replica? How high is it? But,
It's about 30 feet high.
30 feet high. Okay, it's got the flag out there, the whole deal. You got the flag going?
No, sorry.
How did Brooklyn Boulders come around? I mean, you guys are from Brooklyn, I guess. But what was the inspiration to make it Brooklyn Boulders?
Well, we kind of just thought, the owners, Lance and Jeremy, they went to business school in Boston, and Lance is living in Brooklyn, and they just thought, one of the biggest areas, one of the coolest places, highest population, and there is not a dedicated rock climbing gym. This is something that we need to fix. And Brooklyn Boulders came about 9/9/2009, so we're about 3 years old.
Well, Brooklyn is the 4th largest city in America.
I know that, so good on them, huh?
Where are you from?
I'm from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
And now I live in Brooklyn, and I love it.
You live in where? What neighborhood?
I live in Bed-Stuy.
You're in Bed-Stuy. That's great. That's a coming neighborhood, isn't it? That's a coming neighborhood.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so and how long you were a Brooklynite?
I've been a Brooklynite for about a year.
Okay. And the gentleman that started this are from Boston, you said?
Yes.
And they came to do Brooklyn and Boulder.
Those are for the
Absolutely.
That's quite a stretch.
Yeah. So Lance is living in Brooklyn. The other one, Jeremy, is still living in Boston. But they're here like every week. They're very involved.
Okay, thank you. What's happening today? What you giving away? What's going on?
So we've got a bunch of swag here. We have T-shirts, we have water bottles, and we have some 6-packs to our gym. They're a 6-punch pass. And so for anyone who's climbing on these walls, we're having speed competitions, all kinds of things like that, and they can win our free gear.
I got kind of connected to Big Bang Theory a couple of months ago, the TV show.
Yeah.
And Sheldon Cooper, Dr. Cooper, do you ever watch the show?
I've seen it a couple times.
He does some rock climbing.
Oh, awesome.
And he passes out about halfway through it. He's got this harness going. Then I hope you heard me. Dr. Sheldon Cooper, Big Bang Theory, is doing a rock climb.
Yeah.
It was very strange watching this thing.
That's crazy. Yeah, rock climbing is becoming more mainstream than it ever was before, so you're going to see it a lot more in movies and TV shows now than previously.
Okay, give us a website for Brooklyn Bouldering.
You're going to go to www.brooklynboulders.com.
It's not Brooklyn Bouldering. It's Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Boulders, Boulders.
Right, but the thing itself is called bouldering.
So climbing that's lower to the ground without the use of a rope is bouldering, and anything higher than that where you're using a rope mostly is top roping. So
top roping?
Top roping, yes. So that's when you tie yourself in, you've got the harness, and you're going up.
Okay. Did you watch Nick Wallenda cross Niagara Falls?
I did not.
He was using a harness. Would that be a mega stunt or just a stunt?
Just maybe a stunt.
Yeah, he had the harness.
Harnesses are pretty rad, but
yeah.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah, the harness thing drag you along behind him. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a stunt. I don't know if mega stunters go. Stunt people go.
Well, rock
that's
climbing is considered to be an extreme sport, and for some of us who do it, it doesn't feel so extreme anymore because we've been doing it for a while. But it is an extreme sport, so maybe you want to call it a mega sport.
Okay, there you go. Okay, all right. Moving along. Thank you. Again, your name is?
I'm Chandra.
And I know you're Ephraim.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one.
What's your name?
Herb Malsman. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Okay, we're moving along. Again, this is Adventures NYC. Officially, we're at the Bandshell Naumburg Bandshell here in Central Park, 72nd Street, off 5th Avenue. You can come in. We're in Central Park. We're Central Park East. not Central Park West. If you continue through 72nd Street, if you continued walking through 72nd Street, you would come to Strawberry Fields. That's on the west side. But if you're coming to the bandshell, you're coming into the city, you're coming to the bandshell, you'll find the bandshell at 72nd, the 5th Avenue entrance at 72nd Street. So that's what's going on. Again, you're listening to New York City Visions. It is Saturday, June the 23rd, 2012. It was oppressively hot here for a couple of days. The first day of summer was about 94 degrees. And of all things, I was in Yankee Stadium. I saw the new stadium for the first time. I went to see the Yankees and Braves. It was a Homer Fest. It was 94 degrees sitting in that heat. Sitting in that sun was kind of tough. But it was a Homer Fest. The Yankees lost, but the most home runs ever hit at the new stadium happened that day. 9 home runs altogether. There would have been 11 at least, but if not for a couple of really good plays. One at the right field wall. The Braves outfield kept it from going out for a home run. So that's what's going on. It's a beautiful day today. The temperature is down. The humidity is down. Some thunderstorms yesterday. We had some thunderstorms yesterday, the 22nd, but all is beautiful here today. We're going to pause right now, and then we'll be back in a little while. Let's pause. I was walking along, getting ready to actually sign off for this episode of New York City Visions, and I passed by, and this lady who's with
Cabot Cheese.
Cabot Cheese asked me if I'd like some cheese. And I took some cheese, and I see 2012 Cabot Community Tour, Engage, Volunteer, Praise, Harmony, Soul, Heart, Gratitude, Compassion, Whole, Patience. Now, what is going on? You have the busiest t-shirt I've seen here today. Your name is, what's going on?
My name is Tina, and we have a dairy farm in upstate New York. So I'm here to promote Cabot Cheese, which is part of a community co-op tour that's going from Florida to Maine. So they've made periodic stops up the East Coast, and this New York City is one of them. So I came down today to help tell New York City about our dairy farm and our cows, and that they're still eating a local product when they buy Cabot Cheese, wherever they are in the East Coast.
Are your cows happy there? Is that a happy environment for
My
them?
cows are very happy, yes. They have free choice food and water, a bed to lay on whenever they choose to. So they're milked twice a day.
And twice a day. I guess that does make them happy. And whereabouts are you again?
We're upstate New York in Herkimer County, which is near Utica, Cooperstown area.
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. That's where I work in that same town.
That must be fun. That's a great school town too, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, once again, the world's best cheddar. Ooh, cheddar. Oh my goodness gracious. Again, your name is Tina.
Yes.
And give us a website.
CabotCheese.coop.
Cabot Cheese, CabotCheese.coop.
C-O-O-P, yes.
C-O-O-P.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Can I take a look at the cheese?
Certainly. Here's a different kind. There's a seriously sharp as well.
Oh my goodness. I hope they don't go bad in my pocket. I'm sure they won't. Tina, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, we'll close this segment of New York City Visions. We're going to come back and do at least one more here from Central Park, Adventures NYC. It's June 23rd, 2012. So I'm going to say thanks for tuning in to this to part one of this special piece here today. Tina, sign us up. Say bye-bye to the folks.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to visit with everybody and go home and buy some Cabot cheese and enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.